What's up, Stack Family? Told you we was coming back with another one. We got 8 most arrogant Larry Bird moments. This is a live reaction. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and comment below. Let's get it. You know what?
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm Sean David, and as always, thanks for tuning in. If you talk to NBA legends about the best trash talkers who ever played in the NBA, you can be pretty certain that Larry Bird's name gets mentioned quite a few times. The crazy thing was, that guy was not only super confident, but sometimes even arrogant. But he could always back it up, which made it even more special. That's why I'm a big fan of Larry Bird. So in this video, I want to feature some of the craziest and most arrogant trash talk stories of Larry Bird. So my personal favorites. But before we start with this video, if you like the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I would say, let's start right away. So, number 1, super cold Larry Bird. Even a Larry Bird can have an off night, not performing on the highest standard, missing shots, not playing well in general. But where other players would stop to shoot, Larry Bird has a different kind of approach.
We're playing Phoenix and we're way ahead, okay? And we're down the old Saddle Dome that they had outside. Right. And Larry, we're playing good as a team. Larry has the worst fourth quarter known to man. I mean, he's throwing the ball to the other team. I'm like, good Lord, we had like a 15-point lead. Next thing you know, we're down 2. And I'm like, oh, how in the world are we going to lose this game? And Larry says, I'm going to bust the play. I'm going to shoot a 3. And I'm like, Birdie, it's just getting overtime. I'm talking to Robert. Robert, we didn't get into overtime, man. Trying to get this ship right. We're sinking, man. Right. So, Larry not only tells me that, he walked by the bench and says, typical Birdie, just real slow, fixing to bust a 3 on your guys and go home. And so he breaks the play. Maxwell waits. Maxwell gets it to Bird. Bird turns and shoots, and Larry gets it. He looks at the bench and goes, told you so. That was Birdie. And he had the confidence, man. That dude had so much confidence. He talked to the coaches. He talked to everybody. He was talking trash all the time, man. But fun. Great competitor, man.
Number 2, ball on the butt. You would think that great players would be afraid of trash talking other great players. You don't want to get them heated up and stuff. Well, not Larry Bird. You guys remember Brett Doherty, one of the best centers of the 1980s, playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers? Well, he had a pretty interesting story to say.
Brad Doherty told me this story when he was like second year in the league, and they went in playoffs against the Celtics. Down 1, Larry Bird catches the ball in the deep corner, and he steps back for a 3. And before he takes the 3, he's like, oh, wow, he's going for the win. He's not going for the tie. And so Brad Doherty runs out, and he head fakes him. And as he head fakes him, now it's 3-2, he hits him on the butt with the ball. And then he shoots it at the buzzer. And the confidence that hit him on the butt as he flew by him trying to block a shot, I'm like, there's no more confidence.
Number 3, who comes in second? I guess that has to be one of the most iconic Larry Bird stories. But with other stories where you just have one witness, with that one, many people were present and many people say the same thing. So crazy story. You guys listen up. Let's check the clip.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first 3-point contest. And he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. And then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
Some pure trash talking and just general bravado. And the theatrics of it all was made for Larry.
And Larry would back up his boast by not only winning the contest, but blowing away the competition with a phenomenal shooting display.
Goodness. Torture.
That chicks had my name on it for a week. down. I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing. My teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
By the way, the following season, he won the contest again, and he didn't even.
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I was so bad because I didn't realize there's so much tension on it. I'm out there every day in front of these fans, and
Who were some of the guys? Who were some of the guys in the competition at that time when you walked in? Who was in that field? Come on, Coach. You know.
No, I don't really remember.
Number 4, the left-handed game. That is actually one of the craziest stories I've ever heard in my entire life. As a professional, you should be able to shoot with the right hand and dribble the ball with the right and the left hand, so being both-handed. But Larry Bird took that theory to a different level. That guy got so bored that he said he would play an entire game with his left hand, or at least 3/4, and still perform on the craziest level.
At the end of one of the trips, he had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip. And Larry told all of us players, and the media too, we were all standing around waiting to leave. He said, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3/4. And at the end of 3/4, the next night in Fort was against poor Jerome Jersey. He had 27 points left-handed, and it was remarkable.
Next on my list, number 5, heat check / coach's lap. That has to be my favorite Larry Bird story of all time. That is not only arrogant, that is just on a different kind of level. I think that probably has to be the most arrogant story that ever happened in the NBA. And who did it? Well, Larry Bird.
He saw Dominique, his up-and-coming player, and he just tortured him mentally. That game, he tortured all of us. He was calling shots off the glass. Who's next? Where you want this one from? And he just made one after another. When he got to about the 55th point, you knew it was something special. Even as a player, that usually doesn't happen, but we're down so much at the time. You had time to realize the game. His last shot, he said, in the trainer's lap, coming down the court, which meant it was going to be a 3 and it's going to be off the season. Then he said, who wants it? And I think Ricky Brown, I'm not for sure who it was, ran out after him. And he shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him and accidentally knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said. It was an accident, but it was almost fake. And they show a shot of our bench. Cliff Livingston and Eddie Johnson are standing up giving each other high fives.
Number 6, you should have gone for 60. So we've just witnessed the game of the Boston Celtics versus the Atlanta Hawks, so Larry Bird's 60-point game. That game was crazy on so many levels, but what is even crazier, a few days prior, Kevin McHale broke the franchise record, which was, I think, 56 for the Boston Celtics. You know what? Just roll the clip because you got to listen to that for yourself.
We do have video of this. It lasted about 9 days, as a matter of fact.
Yes, it did. This was me getting 56er against Detroit.
That's something you don't see often right there, was a skinny Quinn Buckman.
And there I go, getting 56, feeling pretty good about myself. And it was 9 days later. As a matter of fact, towards the end of the game, Larry came up to me and said, I said, I'm going to come out minute-half or 2 minutes ago in the game. Larry said, are you crazy? I said, no, I've had enough, man. We're ahead. And he goes, if I get that hot, I'm not stopping. Well, 9 days later, he got that hot. I said, you stop me? He said, no.
Number 7, X-Men down. If you are a fan of the 1980s, then of course you remember Xavier McDaniel, one of the toughest guys in the entire NBA. One of the few guys you didn't want to mess with because that guy was not only talk, that guy was the real deal. But Larry Bird still didn't care. Check this one out.
They called time out. He said, you know I'm going to get it. I said, I know I'm going to be waiting. I'm going to time out. I'm going to go play. And I was like, this is what I'm going to run. All right, then you get the ball, you go over here, and you pass to Kevin, then you go to the corner, and Robert, you come over. Then about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? Well, after the timeout, we walk back on the court, and Larry was going down to his position, so he tells Davies, I'm getting the ball. Yeah, he said, I'm going to get it right here, I'm going to shoot it right in your face.
10 seconds. Bird has the basketball. Look out. 2 seconds on the clock.
I didn't need to leave 2 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the little sideline like, damn.
Larry Bird just phenomenal the way that he will contribute in the clutch time after.
All right, number 8 is a bonus. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time and enjoy.
There's the play of the game right there.
Larry used to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. He needed those kind of challenges.
Anybody better than Larry Bird? No, Larry's probably the best trash talker. You know the best thing about Larry now? He's so buttoned down now. He's just like, I didn't do that. That guy lied. He was the best trash talker, and he denies everything.
Hey, you guys, if you're active on Facebook, I can really recommend Open Court. As an NBA fan, you should find everything you need. If it's funny NBA videos, impressive highlights, or even NBA news, I check out Open Court every day.
Salute Bird family, y'all already know how I go. Real legend though. Thank y'all for watching the full video. We're gonna be back with another video after this video. Make sure y'all stay prayed up. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good.